question from MBS, my colleague Prasanna Kumar brought me here, wonderful opportunity. This question is to the strategist as well as women. The biggest point with innovators is to manage them. That's what I generally see. In that, I have three parts of it. One, we file our ideas to protect our rights. So when we are buying it to you, because there's a say in the word. Like I have a word, it goes round to the total world as a big sound across data lines. That's why we are not browsing on Google with all these innovations. So first concern is when we wire our idea to you, how we protect our idea first. Second, I think Venkat was studying about 25% stake in the company. The moment we just launch it, move down this particular road of 3 years across, 25% is a big volume. Because in the bank generally around 7 to 8% amalgamated assets, they just go down. But 25% is risk, lucrative offer. 100% it is lucrative. Very lucrative. Feel like I want to jump down along with my friend with so many patents. But 25% is definitely risk. So second, how do you address this risk? Third, entrepreneurship and this particular story is always not like a marriage where you don't get divorced, but entrepreneurship generally deals with pathways. So at the end, say suppose I'm not really interested after watching company, so how do you part ways? So I have this three particular parts. One is my security, second is how do you address the risk, and third is the exit plan.
Okay, so thank you so very much for your questions, and I love critical questions, and I get them all the time. And this is the thing. So how do we protect your IP, right? So first, we're on the same page. We all want to protect it, right? So this is not Shark Tank Part 2. This is actually the opposite. Right, so we embrace everybody with the same chances, for like homeless to like super duper researchers and all the big brains. So I was sitting together with, let me answer the first question please, with a lot of practical stuff, also a lot of theory, but the execution, the practical side, it's my passion. Every other word except execution is, it's too much. So I sat together with a really famous inventor, and we're all connected with them because there's one elementary function on every mobile phone. He invented it in the 70s. And he got screwed, he patented it, and he got awesome signatures with all the big players on the globe. And which actually, they guaranteed him with every device where the solution is on, he will get a royalty. In the end, he didn't get 1 cent, and ended up with 13 years of post-traumatic stress syndrome. Right? So we had a talk, and he's like, asked me the exact same question. He invited me with my dear colleague, Monique, her head of the United States, there to his home. And he has 99, funny why it adds up to 100, but it was 99 patents. He's like, Philip, how do you protect it? Do you file for patents? Like, well, we look at what you invented. Look at the markets, and then we look for defense strategy. Imagine you're in a group with a lot of parties involved, and also quite access to money. Could you defend it better through us, or do you want to do it yourself? Try to run against the large conglomerates if you don't have basically unlimited funding or access to lawyers, right? So every single innovation we incorporate, we're going to have a decent patent strategy with experts, right? Well, we say, well, I have no idea what's happening, and we leave it. But so we will book experts and coordinate them in favor of the IP holder, right? Hopefully that answers your first question. And so this is the problem, because we are all the essence of our lives, right? What do we experience? 50 years of murder, whatever, because of greed, because of whatever, right? So now we do it differently. Yeah, right. So we have to prove it. So what we do, we try to put everything on paper and also in the legal documents, make it simple, not complicated, also in our contracts, right? And we stand up for it. So, exactly. So we make it All we can do at the moment, I mean, if we turned the first portfolio 2 or 3 times, we, I don't know, built 5,000 companies, exited it, and everybody has the advantage, everybody can verify it, then it's easier. But at the moment, of course, you can just like put out the concept, be transparent, as I think almost nobody, show that we are actually needed. So if I were anybody here in the room, I would, okay, let's test it. Right? With IP, I'm not really attached to, and see what happens. I can't lose anything. So that we're actually there to protect, of course, the IP holder because we are thankful for the trust. It's not just a marketing idea. Exactly. So, I'm getting older. Could you please, like, very short summarize the question number 2? That would be awesome. They tend to talk too much.
So that was on the risk of 25% stake.
That is the 25%.
Oh, okay. All right. So this is actually very tricky, and I always experience that because usually what will you do? You start with 100%, right? Yeah, great. And then if you dilute, and usually in Series B, you have minorities, right? So the big game starts, the politics, right? Oh, it's actually Series B already. Could be worth something. I made it in life. And then the big backstabbing, starts, and everybody wants to cut the biggest piece out of it. In the end, and these are official statistics, there are exceptions. I'm talking about the 98%, right? The innovators end up with 1 to 10%, depending on where you look. The exit, if you have an exit, if you will survive 10 years, right? If. The probabilities are not that high. So what we say is, why not talk about the exit stake directly? We are measuring not the innovator is the star, not us, not the investors. The innovation is the star. So we measure the impact every party has to make it a success, to create an impact. So why not give or guarantee everything you get as an innovator up front, or IP holder? That's your impact you invented. But there are tons of other necessities are necessary to make it a global success, in monetary issues or in impact issues and so on. So I met a person in Seattle in October, and they were running a 7.6 billion payment fund, trying to do something similar, but of course just money driven. And they were offering me a patent holder 7.5. And I told them, we can't have a cooperation, I think that's too low. The last example, our head of academic board lives in the US, comes from Cairo, so I love just awesome people wherever they come from. And he actually helped, comes also from the IT side, companies to grow to multi-billion-dollar companies, so one was supported. And he had some great ideas with tokens, purpose tokens, connect the offline, online world, and whatever. I was like, great, you're 1 in 2 million. And in the end, 3 or 4 will make it. So it's the speed and resources in order to build a global brand to get like a few 100 million people behind it. Right? So, hopefully that answers your question as well. So we try to give as much security as possible with the 25%. 50, just to be you can read it online. Up to 50 go to investors, right? And all non-dilutable. This is important. The only party who's dilutable, we don't charge anything, not one dime. We work just performance orientated. If we don't make it, it's on our shoulders, not on anybody else, right? And this, I think, the accountability, self-accountability for all actions on the planet is really lacking. We try to bring that back. If we are responsible, we pay for it, we take the risk, right?
Yeah. So Philip will